Hello and welcome everyone again into another video. In today's video, I'll be talking about the top teams in the Sunshine Cup, and the Sunshine Cup is the team cup that we are gonna have in the upcoming cup. After now we have Great League and Psychic Cup, and this will end in 2 days, probably like from the releasing the video. My name is Untitled. I'm a Twitch streamer. I stream on Twitch twice, Monday and Friday, and during the weekend as well. So if you want to, feel free to check my live stream, which is mentioned right there, twitch.tv/Untitled. And today's video, I will be walking you through the Sunshine Cup. What's Sunshine Cup? It's basically Pokemon that it's a Great League format, which means 1500 CP Pokemons, and only Fire, Grass, Normal, and the Ground Pokemons are eligible for this cup. Only 4 types. Charizard is banned because it just beat everything. And yeah, these are the types. And looking at taking a sneak on the PB Poke ranking, as you guys can see, the best Pokemon in this cup is Pidgeot. Since it used to be Noctowl, but Noctowl got a nerf, and Pidgeot got a buff, Aerial Ace. It's now better. The second best Pokemon is Rufflet. Why Rufflet? Rufflet has almost the same moveset, but it has Brave Bird, and instead of it doesn't have Feather Dance. While Pidgeot has Feather Dance, Rufflet has Aerial Ace. Pidgeot has Aerial Ace as well, but Pidgeot has Feather Dance, which debuffs you. Gligar, because of due to the Aerial Ace buff. Shadow Gligar, same Pokemon. Vigoroth was literally the best safe swap in this cup, in the last rotation, because even a Pokemon like a Blaziken, which is a fighting fire Pokemon that does super effective damage to Vigoroth, lose the 0 to Vigoroth, because Vigoroth is still able to get 2 body slams to knock out the Blaziken. Victini exists. Obama Snow was being the best lead in the day 1, but day 2 it disappeared because everyone was running Vigoroth just basically everywhere. So you cannot run stuff like Obama Snow. Stuff like Starvia, like any flyer normal Pokemon is good in this cup, any stuff, but the problem is that most of them are weak to Pidgeot, not weak to Pidgeot. Pidgeot beats all of them due to the Feather Dance, the accuracy of Feather Dance, which is Pidgeot's legacy move, signature move, sorry. Swampert exists in this cup, but the thing is, it's not as good as people may think, because it doesn't beat the flyers, but you can run Shadow Swampert, and Shadow Swampert can KO most of the Pokemons with 2 Hydro Cannons. Without further ado, let's just go and talk about the Pokemons briefly. So as you guys can see, here are like the 4 different types that you can use in this cup, and you can see the normal type is pretty stacked, while the fire, there is only 3 Pokemons. Well, that should tell that, you know what's a good lead in day 1? The Slugma Pokemon. I think it has a shot because everyone's gonna lead Flyers in day 1, and nothing destroy the Flyer better than Slugma's evolution. Dubwall is a good Pokemon. Why? It has Wild Charge, which is super effective to the Flyers. Rufflet has Rock Tomb, which is a Rock Charge move that debuffs the opponent's attack. It's a guaranteed debuff, so if you want something that flies and also has a chance to knock the Flyers, I think you're looking at Rufflet. It's an XL Pokemon. It's still an attack weighted though, so be aware of that. Lickitung and Chansey exist, but they normally don't exist when stuff like Vigoroth and Blaziken are everywhere. But you know what? Chansey can always have a chance to come back. Diggersby got a decent buff by having access to a move that's cheaper than EQ, which is Scorching Dance, and now you can run Scorching Dance and Hyper Beam. And if you want to be more spicy, you can run Quick Attack Diggersby instead of Mudshot Diggersby, because that has a chance to destroy the Flyers as well. Munchlax, you can run Tackle Munchlax and have a decent play against the Flyers. What about Dunsparce? Well, Dunsparce can beat the Flyers but lose to everything else. So if you're looking for something that beats the Flyers, Dunsparce is something. Grass Pokemon. The only grass Pokemon that is actually decent in this cup is Obama Snow. The problem with Obama Snow is that Vigoroth is everywhere. You can see Vigoroth in the lead, in the back, in the safe swap, so you won't be safe. The other 2, it's just like grass Pokemons that exist. The ground Pokemon, Gligar, Gliscor, Shadow Gligar, Shadow Gliscor, Swampert, G-Fisk, Flygon. But the one I think I want to give some honorable, the one that deserves all the mention, is a Steelix, because the Steelix is low-key the best code breaker in this cup. Well, technically it's not a code breaker because it loses to the Pirates, but the thing is, It has play against everything, except maybe some Blaziken, but the thing is it's too tanky if you're running the non-shadow, so even Blaziken have to respect and shield, and usually they swap Blaziken into Steelix, not the other way around. So these are the main Pokemons you could use. Now we talked about Pokemons, let's talk about the top teams that I do think they will be everywhere. So again, these teams are not supposed to be the teams that people will be running, but these teams are supposed to be what you should expect people to be running, okay? Day 1 especially, people run hardcore meta, then day 2 they start adjusting, okay? And you should start adjusting if your team doesn't work. So mainly when you see a team here, like the first 2 are the core, and the third Pokemon is a coverage to this core, so the third doesn't always come with those 2. As an example, the BBML team and the team that's supposed to be the best team in this cup, if you go to PvPoke and you choose Pidgeot, it will suggest the Steelix as a coverage to Pidgeot, and if you choose both, it will suggest Gligar as a third. So does this mean that this is the best team on paper? Yes. Practically, we don't know. We will see what people are running. If people are running Swampert in the lead, then this team is not going to work, because technically your only Swampert answer is Pidgeot. But if people are going to be running Pidgeot in the lead, then yes, this team is supposed to be the greatest team in this cup. The top 3 PvPoke team is actually a triple flyer. Rufflet in the lead, Pidgeot and Gligar. So Rufflet has Brave Bird, Pidgeot has Brave Bird. So you Brave Bird then dip, then you Brave Bird then dip. The problem with this team is that if they have Steelix in the lead, it might be tough. If they have Steelix in the back, you have a Gligar for that. Well, technically Gligar does not comfortably beat the Steelix, because you have to land 2 digs. By the time you get to 2 digs, they will be already at 3 breaking swipes. So the second dig won't do as much of damage. The team I will be running for day 1, I call it my favorite because that's what I expect to run, is Obama Snow with Pidgeot and Swampert. Why Swampert? Because I don't trust people to not run Steelix. So if they run Steelix, you actually need the Swampert. The team I was running though in the last Sunshine Cup is basically this. So this team, like, something to mention here is like Vigoroth is actually annoying to deal with, but the team I was running last cycle is this one, and I have a video about this team. Blaziken is OP in the Sunshine Cup, 12-3 in 3 sets. I was running, I don't know if it was my battles or Mario Masters, I haven't actually checked, but I remember I used to run this team, and then Mario Master tried to run it as well, but he was like way higher MMR than me back in the days using the same team. So with this team, it was basically Noctowl, but Noctowl is nerfed, so you have to run Pidgeot or Rufflet. Blaziken is preferred to be Shadow. The Shadow Blaziken, flip the Swampert matchup in the 2, you can basically counter all the way down. If you don't have a Vigoroth, you could run Obama Snow, but Blaziken with Pidgeot are like actually must for this team to work. The video is in my channel somewhere. The name of the video is Blaziken is OP in the Sunshine Cup, 12-3 in 3 sets. So I think this video is recommended to watch. Another team that's deserved mentioning, I call it it's the Little Wineries team, and Little Wineries sent me battles using Shadow Girafarig. Well, to be honest, I asked if anyone has Shadow Girafarig, which is a Pokemon I don't have Shadow Girafarig, and you need the Shadow. The problem is like non-Shadow is not as useful, and it is like some small tricks you need to do if you want to use Shadow Girafarig, which I talked about in this video. Shadow Girafarig is a beast in the Sunshine Cup. Little Winery, Pokemon Go PvP, because on a 1-to-1 fight, Shadow Girafarig does not beat anything, but if you sneak in a fast move there and somewhere, I talked about it, you can just go and watch the video. Another team that's worth mentioning, Triple Normal. You basically run Vigoroth with 2 flyers. The problem with this team is that if Pidgeot debuffs you, it's gonna be annoying, but there is a trick to play it, like just tank a move then swap out. If they nuke, you're just unlucky. Another triple normal team is, okay, don't run Noctowl, please. Just run, you could run Pidgeot. I mean, any normal flying Pokemon work. There's like 4 or 5 of them. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I tried to keep it short because there is not that many Pokemons you could use in this cup. Well, there is so many Pokemons you could use, but there is not that many good Pokemons you could use. Thank you so much everyone for watching, and don't forget to give me a follow on my Twitch live stream at twitch.tv/YasRaleed, and feel free to check to give me a follow on Twitter as well. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.